Earlier this week, we got 2 calls almost back to back. Both families were hundreds of miles away, one in Chicago, the other one out in Dallas. And both of them said the exact same thing. We've been looking at Gulf Shores, we've been looking at Orange Beach, but your videos have got us looking at Foley now too.
Neither of these families have actually visited yet either. They just Google or browse around on Zillow, but they're already picturing life here, and that's the kind of magnet Foley is right now. We've had multiple people buy homes here, sight unseen, because this town is just that appealing.
Yeah, I remember about 10 years ago, we stopped at a pharmacy and Tony and I grabbed a bag of boiled peanuts and then we just made our way down to the beach. And let me tell y'all, these days you're stopping for a lot more than just a bag of peanuts in Foley. This town has evolved so much.
Jess was grabbing more than a bag of peanuts to begin with. The girl can eat.
You got me.
That's what it means. It means she will eat you out of a house and home.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes.
You eat way more than me.
If you're new here, I'm Tony, and this is my beautiful wife, Jess. We live in Lower Alabama and have helped a ton of folks relocate here. We spend our days just exploring these neighborhoods and answering the questions that you probably have right now, like, where should I live? What's life like beyond the beach? Why is one town better than the other?
So today, instead of just rattling off stats, we want to show you why Foley is becoming the hottest city to move to in Baldwin County in 2026. We'll check out the neighborhoods that are popping up, the everyday conveniences that locals love, as well as the new restaurants, the entertainment that keeps the town buzzing year-round. And also, we're going to show y'all a neighborhood tour or two so you can see exactly what your money's going to get you down here.
Yeah, it wasn't too long ago when Foley was just a town you drove through on the way to the beach. You might have stopped for gas or maybe a quick lunch, but then you just kept going down on 59 towards Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, and that was the old Foley, okay? We're not talking about today.
And let me tell you all, these days you're stopping for a lot more than just a bag of peanuts in Foley. This town has evolved so much.
Jessica can stop in the middle of nowhere to go shop though, so don't let her fool you. But that being said, it is busier, it's growing, and it's earning national attention. In fact, Foley was just ranked the 10th fastest growing city in the entire United States by U-Haul, and the only Alabama city to make it on the top 10. Auburn was in the 12th place, Huntsville was in 14th, but Foley right here landed at the top 10.
Yeah, and think about what that means. In 2020, Foley's population was just over 20,000 people, and today it's estimated to be around over 26,000. That's an increase of more than 6,000 people in just a few years. Last year alone, Foley grew by about 8 new residents every single day.
Yeah, and when you stack that growth against Baldwin County as a whole, already one of the fastest growing counties in the South, Foley isn't just keeping pace, right? It's leading. Momentum here isn't abstract. You can see it in the dirt being moved, the new businesses that are popping up, just the steady rollout of all the subdivisions to your east and to the north, and the annexations that keep pulling county land right into the city limits. Every new roofline is another sign that people aren't just vacationing here. They're staying here.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you. I tried.
Smart. And why is this happening? I'd say 3 things: affordability, proximity, and lifestyle. So let's start with affordability. Gulf Shores' median home price is well over $500,000. In Foley, it's closer to the mid 300,000 range. It's what allows retirees to stretch their nest egg further. Families can buy their first home instead of renting, and those second home buyers can finally justify getting that income property or that summer retreat.
Add in lower property taxes in Alabama's retiree-friendly tax environment, and you can see why cost of living is such a powerful draw here.
Next, proximity. Foley is about 20 minutes from Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, close enough that you can hit the sand anytime you want, but it's far away enough that you don't have to wake up to all that tourist traffic. Now that's balance. Beaches when you want them, quiet when you don't. That's something families and retirees alike are looking for.
And then there's lifestyle. This isn't just a bedroom community, right? It's becoming a destination in its own right. Families are here for schools or they're homeschooling. And of course, you have our sports programs. The Foley Sports Complex alone brings in thousands of travel tournaments year-round.
Yeah, and retirees are looking at the healthcare system, and they're relieved to learn that South Baldwin Regional Medical has completed expansions with more specialty care plans.
Yeah, and investors see opportunities too, right? Foley is friendly to short-term rentals, And with all the events they have, the tournaments, and just festivals in general, drawing visitors constantly, demand doesn't stop when the summer ends.
But growth also drives price. The same house that's $325,000 today in Foley could easily be $375 or more in 2026. As more people move in, competition goes up and affordability becomes a moving target. That's why so many of our clients from out of state are making the leap now. They can easily see the direction things are heading and they'd rather buy into the wave than chase it later.
Who can't see that? So, yes, affordability, proximity, and lifestyle are the core draws, but momentum is the multiplier here. Foley isn't just growing, it's accelerating. And that acceleration is exactly why it's become the hottest city to move to in all of Baldwin County.
Okay, so earlier we said that Foley used to be a pass-through town, and that was true. Downtown in particular was quiet. Locals will say you could walk through Centennial Plaza on a Saturday and maybe only pass a handful of people.
But that's changed. Downtown Foley today is the clearest sign of the city's momentum. You can feel it in the sidewalks, the storefronts, the calendar full of events. The city has poured energy and money into bringing this area to life, and it's working.
Foley Main Street actually won statewide recognition recently for revitalization. That's not just a ribbon or a plaque on the wall, it's proof that what people here have been working towards is being noticed. And when you walk downtown, it's hard to miss the light poles wrapped with seasonal decor, shop windows full of art, and music carrying down the streets during festivals.
You'll find farmers markets downtown, and you also get that fresh produce harvest the same morning. You got art festivals where local artists sell their handmade crafts and holiday parades that fill the streets and sidewalks with more people than the old Foley could ever imagine.
Live music on a Friday night, food trucks lined up on the curb, and neighbors lingering long after the event ends just to catch up. That's the atmosphere now. It's not just about events though. Let's talk about food because every good downtown has its anchors. Stacy's is one of those anchors. Step inside and it feels like time travel. Grab yourself a chocolate melt like this guy. Their egg sandwich is to die for. Or if you're like me, you order a Fluckernutter. They're so good. They have a train track that runs along the ceiling of the restaurant. This is the kind of place where grandparents bring their grandkids to say, this is where I ate when I was your age.
Then there's Lambert's, home of the throwed rolls. If you've never had a warm roll tossed across the room to hit you right in the head like this one, you haven't really experienced Foley.
Gonna say that.
It's loud, it's fun, and the food is absolutely fantastic.
It's iconic, but what makes Foley exciting now is the mix of old and new. For every classic like Stacy's or Lambert's, there's a modern spot popping up. Burger joints with outdoor patios like Tony's new favorite, Cheeseburger Randy's. Y'all gotta stop in there for their smash burger. You won't be disappointed.
I'm over here like salivating, licking my lips. But that said, there's also breakfast places where you'll see families and young professionals side by side. And these new businesses aren't just replacing the classics, right? They're layering on top of them, giving Foley, especially downtown Foley, that blend of comfort and freshness that makes it a thriving city.
The city itself is fueling this shift. They budgeted over $4 million for a brand new outdoor aquatic center to replace the pool that's been here since 1953. They're upgrading sidewalks on North Cedar Street. The city is handling the growth. They're making downtown more functional for the future.
Yeah, and even big ticket infrastructure projects are tied into this mix, like the Mifflin Road project to ease congestion, and you have the Highway 98 drainage improvements that are going on, Michigan and Hickory intersection upgrades. These are just a few of them, but they're really the backbone that makes the growth sustainable here.
That's right, and it's not just City Hall moving the ball forward. Goodwill Gulf Coast just opened a brand new store in Foley, expanding opportunities for employment and shopping for families.
That's a fact. You got Graham Creek Nature Preserve, already a beloved green space. They're getting about $4 million in a federal grant, so they're going to be expanding a little bit further. That means more trails, more outdoor programs, and just more ways for residents to connect with nature, which is what we like to do. So that is just a quick trip from downtown.
So here's the reality. When you stand on the corner of Laurel Avenue and watch a Friday night crowd spill out of the shops, You realize Foley made a choice. It chose not to stay a pass-through town. It chose to build a place where people gather, where people can celebrate and put down their roots. That's why downtown Foley matters. It truly is the heartbeat that's happening here.
Let's start with food, because if you know Baldwin County, you know people here take eating very seriously.
Yes, we 100% do.
That's me included. So I'll mention Cheeseburger Randy's again because it's that good right there. This spot has quickly become one of those places that locals talk about. It's nothing fancy, don't get me wrong, but it's great food and even better service. It's the kind of place where you sit outside and you just grab a burger, grab a beer. It's new, it's got its own personality, and it feels like a sign of where Foley is going.
I couldn't agree more. And then you've got Down South Barbecue, where their motto is you can smell our butts for miles. Think ribs, brisket, pulled pork, and the smell that hits you in the parking lot before you walk in the door.
Oh my God, it's hands down the best barbecue in Foley. They use pecan wood to smoke their meat, and the brisket is the best I've ever had. They also have this crackling cornbread pancake.
I'm true.
I know, that's to die for. Anytime I'm in town, this is my go-to, hands down. My mouth's watering just thinking about it too.
Over here. Wow. And then for breakfast, for all you folks that like your breakfast, Southern Shores Eats and Drinks has made its mark. If you've ever had a Saturday morning where you just want a stack of pancakes, some crispy bacon, a hot coffee, in a place with a coastal vibe that reminds you of the beach, this is where you're gonna go.
And it's a cozy little spot too. Walking in, you're greeted by this fun mix of like old school ping pong machines. Ping pong? Ping pong. What is it called?
Yeah, ping pong.
No, it's not ping. This is ping pong. What is it?
A ping pong machine?
It's a pinball machine.
Pinball.
A pinball machine, not a ping pong machine. Pinball machines and vintage pool tables. Your pass-through casual sitting area that doubles as Scallywags Pizza, which if you have not tried this place, oh my goodness. They have Chicago-style pizzas. Everyone is working and they're just in great spirits, and just the overall vibe here is just warm and welcoming. Tons of awesome breakfast options too.
But it's not just about restaurants. Foley's retail options keep growing in ways locals actually use. The Tanger outlets on 59, still one of the biggest draws for both visitors and residents. They've got everything you'd want in the mall. You've got Goodwill and Target right in town.
And if you're like Jess, you can spend hours and hours in these stores and spending a ton of money. I'm actually thinking of calling their corporate office and asking them to ban my wife. We don't need any more throw blankets. We don't need any more accent pillows, and we don't need any more candles.
I think we need all of them.
If you work for corporate, help me.
No.
Help.
I think we need everything. It's Halloween season. I need all my.
I need your help.
Here's a bigger picture. Businesses in Foley aren't just showing up here by accident. They're choosing Foley because the city has made itself business friendly.
I was thinking because they know people like her are here.
Yeah, that too. From Main Street revitalization to smart zoning and infrastructure projects, Foley has created an environment where both mom and pop shops and those bigger names all want to plant roots.
And for people moving here, that matters, right? I mean, it means you're stepping into a town that's growing with you. It's not lagging behind. And so many people tell me that Alabama is, and it's not. Okay, we've talked through the flavors of Foley and we've seen the shops. Now let's talk about what really anchors a community, and that is
schools you trust, hospitals that you can count on, because for people relocating, those are non-negotiables. If you can't see a doctor or enroll your kids in school locally, nothing else matters. The answer is more confident than ever. Yes, doctors, schools, errands, all close to home. They're all getting stronger with each and every day.
That is true. I just like to sometimes go against the grain here. So that being said, let's start with healthcare. Big news, all right? South Baldwin Regional Medical Center has officially rebranded as Baldwin Health. They're unveiling a brand new 5-story patient tower that adds over 185,000 square feet to its campus. That expansion includes new surgical suites, outpatient spaces, dedicated units for women and children, more ICU beds, and room for future growth.
This isn't just window dressing, this is scale, capacity, and urgency. The hospital is doubling its ability to treat high acuity cases and widening the range of care that you can get locally.
Plus, the health system now includes more than 25 different locations throughout Baldwin County, including South Baldwin Medical Group, which has added several new physician offices, and this is all timed beautifully with Foley's growth. The hospital expansion is designed to meet demand before it crashes the system, not after. And I'm pretty sure my doctor is part of the Foley healthcare system too.
Dr. Osborne?
Yep.
Yeah. He's a newer doctor, and we got in the next day to see him. So anyone that says you can't find a doctor or it takes forever,
I'll
true.
prove you wrong.
Now let's talk about schools. Foley has been increasing its support to local schools. The city council voted to bump its funding from $200,000 to $250,000, matched by the Baldwin County Public School System, meaning roughly $500,000 in local school improvements. That money has already been used to improve test scores. It's supporting the ESL programs, and it's also modernizing classrooms for kids.
Also, across Baldwin County, there's a massive school construction wave underway. Over a 10-year period, $430 million plus is projected for new school buildings and additions.
In Foley specifically, Foley High School is robust with around 1,600 students enrolled in 2024 with a student-teacher ratio near 18-1. And its marching band has even performed at national events.
Then there's the youth sports complex, which I mentioned a little bit earlier, but this place is more than just fields. It's catalytic. On tournament weekends, you have families pouring in from all other towns, renting houses nearby, eating out, staying out and about, going to entertainment and shopping like this one. But us locals use it every single day. It's part of our clubhouse. You know, it's our gathering spots. It's places that we go to that aren't just in the neighborhood.
So yes, when someone asks us if everyday life works here, the answer is no longer maybe. The hospital is expanding. Specialties are local, schools are supported, and sports are real life.
Now, as 2026 approaches, these aren't just perks. These are core parts of their infrastructure. Doctors, schools, sports, community, all are advancing together.
Now, if downtown is Foley's front porch where neighbors wave and linger over coffee, then OA is its backyard playground. And that's really what sets Foley apart. You've got charm and community in one hand, and in the other, you've got an entertainment district that could stand on its own in a much bigger city.
So we've headed over to OA. Think of it like a mini resort meets entertainment district that's been growing like crazy over the past few years.
It started out as a big development project backed by the Porch Band of Creek Indians, and the idea was to bring a mix of theme park, shopping, dining, and live entertainment all into one destination right off of Highway 59, just a few minutes north of Gulf Shores.
The name OA actually means big water in the Creek language, and it's fitting because I was thinking like I was native, but I'm not. Because there's a big lake in the center of the property surrounded by restaurants and lights that make it look like a little coastal boardwalk at night.
Yeah, it's kind of divided into three main parts. You got the Tropic Falls theme park, and it's an indoor and outdoor water park. And that indoor water park with a retractable roof, so it's open year-round even when it's raining outside. It's one of the biggest indoor water parks in the Southeast.
Then you have downtown OA. That's the shopping district and the dining district that we're standing in front of. Kind of like a mini Disney Springs vibe, right? There are restaurants and ice cream shops and boutiques, escape rooms, arcades, and even live theater performances.
And finally, number three, events and festivals. OA constantly hosts free concerts, car shows, Mardi Gras parades, Halloween events, Christmas lights, and fireworks. Locals come here just to hang out or walk around the lake. Even if they're not doing the rides, it's a fun place to check out.
Yeah, and they've also got the park at OA, which has evolved a lot. It's no longer just a touristy spot, like Jess said. We come here for date nights or birthday parties or just to let the kids run around, get some energy out.
Right. It's right next to Foley Sports Complex too, so when there are youth tournaments in town, OA becomes the go-to hangouts for teams and families.
Basically, if you picture a Gulf Coast destination where small town charm meets a full-blown entertainment resort on a smaller scale, that's OA.
And I can't forget to mention that OA also has a pickleball facility. Pickleball is blowing up everywhere, and OA built one of the nicest spots in Baldwin County. So you'll find a lot of retirees out here in the mornings and then families in the evenings. and even small tournaments that bring people in from all over the county.
But this place isn't just about sports and rides, it's also about entertainment, right? The amphitheater and the indoor venues host comedy nights and concerts and local productions. And during the hot air balloon festival, it becomes the backdrop for one of the most beautiful, colorful weekends of the year. I mean, you got these big balloons just glowing against the night sky, and food trucks lining up on the streets, and families sprawled out on picnic blankets. It's really nice. I mean, if you haven't gone, definitely something to check out.
A yearly tradition for our family. And then, of course, the restaurants. They've been steadily adding new spots from casual eats to sit down diners. You'll find pizza joints and burger places, and even a couple of sit down spots where you can grab a glass of wine and hang out a little bit longer. It's where the locals go when they want a change of pace from their usual downtown favorites. Now, here's the thing, and I think this matters if you're considering moving here. It isn't jam packed every day. Some days you'll walk through and it feels pretty quiet.
As you can see right now, right?
But that's part of the charm. But of course, it's not the only reason people are moving here. But for a lot of families, it's the thing that makes everyday life fun. Because once you've got schools, healthcare, and housing all sorted out, what really makes a town feel like home are those weekends and evenings where you ask, okay, what are we going to do tonight? And in Foley, I make sure you've always got an answer.
It's a good way of putting it. I mean, coming here is a blast. You got the rides and the shows and the water park. But here's the thing. Most people aren't moving here for this amusement park, right? You don't do it every single week. What really makes or breaks a town was where you're going to go and grab breakfast on a Sunday, where you're going to go and pick up a last minute birthday gift, or where you sneak off for a burger after work away from your kids. And in Foley, those are everyday spots and they're multiplying.
All right, so we've covered schools, hospitals, sports, the stuff that makes day-to-day life work. But here's the question that every client asks us after they've toured. Okay, but where do I actually live?
Here's how I explain it, okay? In Foley, buyers usually fall into one of three lanes. And once I describe them, most people know instantly which one kind of feels like home. The first is what I call the beach proximity lane. This is like your east side, close to the Beach Express. If your non-negotiable is being 15 minutes from the sand, this is it. These neighborhoods are mostly new builds, modern layouts, golf cart friendly streets, community pools. It's the beach lifestyle without tourists that are in your driveway, right? Then you've got the everyday, just convenience lane, the Highway 59 corridor, if you will. This is Foley's core. If you want Target, Home Depot, your doctor's office, and your favorite lunch spot all in one loop, this is the spot. Families love it because of errands. They can run them really quick. Retirees love it just because the healthcare is just a few minutes away. And honestly, it's where I end up most of the time too, because life's just a little bit easier that way. And finally, this is what I call the spread out lane, okay? This is north and west of Foley, where you'll find more acreage and fewer HOAs, which a lot of you guys call me about. And if you got a boat, an RV, or you just want a little bit more breathing room, this is where I'd go. It takes a bit longer to get into town, but what you get is that quiet feeling, that breathing room, and just that country that meets suburbia feel. I've had plenty of clients from bigger cities fall in love with it because this lane is just exactly, the space that you've been missing for all these years.
So that's the map, 3 lanes, 3 lifestyles, beach proximity for quick sand runs, 59 for convenience, or the spread out pockets if you want space. Now, the real question is, which one sounds most like you?
To paint you a clearer picture of what life is really like in each lane, let me walk you through the neighborhoods that I think are good representations of them. First up, the beach proximity lane. The standout here is Glen Lakes. It's a golf course community, but hear me out. It's tucked right off of the Beach Express, which means you can be in Orange Beach in about 10 minutes flat without fighting Highway 59. The homes are established custom builds with golf cart friendly streets, lakeside views, and they have layouts designed for your everyday modern living. Prices usually range from $300,000 to $600,000. And when you compare that to coastal pricing just a few miles south, it's clear why buyers really jump on this area.
Growth here has been nonstop. A brand new Publix just opened, more shops are planned, and you can see how this pocket is becoming its own hub for people who want quick beach access without living in the middle of tourist traffic.
Next, the everyday convenience lane. For this one, think Parrish Lakes. It's minutes from 59, a mile and a half from the outlet mall, and you can run your day-to-day errands. Target, Home Depot, restaurants, gyms, doctor's offices. What am I missing?
I think you covered everything. Homes here start in the high 300s to the 400s range with a mix of single-family styles and community amenities like sidewalks and the lake. Families love that schools and sports fields are just minutes away. Retirees love the healthcare access here. And honestly, this is the lane that feels like Foley's heartbeat. Road projects and medical expansions are only adding to the appeal, so it's getting easier every day to make daily life run on autopilot here.
And finally, the spread out lane. A perfect example is Elizabeth Place out towards West Foley, Northern Foley. This is a small community that captures spread out lifestyle, right? You have bigger lots, mature trees, quiet streets, and custom home builds. These properties tend to run in the mid to high 400 range, and homeowners get space, right? If you come and you want space, this may be it. And it's not just inside I'm talking about, we're talking about outside too, right? Whether that's room for a boat, an RV, or a backyard workshop. This is just one example of a peaceful, friendly neighborhood with that charming country feel, yet close to everyday conveniences.
So there you go, Glen Lakes, Parrish Lakes, and Elizabeth Place. 3 neighborhoods that show how Foley's growth isn't a one-size-fits-all. Each one offers a different lifestyle, and together they're shaping why Foley is one of Baldwin County's hottest places to move to in 2026.
And those are just 3 of hundreds of places to visit, right? Because Foley is just growing in the moment. It's planning for the future, and that's why this isn't a flash in the pan boomtown, okay? It's a city setting itself up for the next 5, 10, 15 years.
Yeah, you see it in the way the city handles growth. They're not just reacting to more people moving in, they're actually planning ahead. The city just approved a conservative 2026 budget, and the focus is clear. Invest in the roads, the drainage, and infrastructure so the town can keep pace without losing its balance.
You see it in parks, okay? You can see it in Graham Creek Nature Preserve that just spent that $4 million I was talking about earlier, okay? You have the kayaking, you're walking, you're bird watching, and more ways for locals to just enjoy their outdoors without having to drive to the beach. And I know locals will fight against me on this, but you see it in downtown. You see it in the sidewalks, in the improvements of their landscaping, the storefront renovations. All of it has earned Foley statewide recognition for the revitalization. Am I right?
Yeah. And it's not just about charm, it's about making downtown a place where people actually want to spend their weekend, which they are.
And you see it even more in transportation. The Beach Express is now toll-free, which eases some pressure on Highway 59. It won't erase traffic. I mean, nothing will. But it shows the city is addressing bottlenecks instead of ignoring them. And us being from Chicago, we see that. Other people, I understand how they don't see what that's like.
Right.
We know what it's like.
Yeah, and even the little airport is part of the story. Foley Municipal is getting upgrades, and just down the road, you've got Gulf Shores International, which now has commercial flights through Allegiant. For families moving here, that means easier trips in and out, whether it's grandkids coming to visit or you taking a trip to go to a quick weekend to visit your family. Put all that together, and here's the takeaway. Foley's momentum isn't just about rooftops and subdivisions. It's about city offices expanding, federal money flowing into green spaces, airports and roads getting real upgrades, and a downtown that's actively improving.
And that's the difference between a town that's just hot today and one that's positioned to stay hot for the long haul.
If you're thinking about making a move here, call us today. Our number is on the link below. We are the ones who answer the phone, and we'd love to help you figure out the right neighborhood for you and your family.
Now, to learn more about living in Lower Alabama, watch this next video.